I'm helping him. Why?
Hello? Hi, we're here.
Hello, Mimi? Hey, it's Hannah. Your mother, Sammy's there? No. Just make sure the kids are ready.
I'm seeing if I hear him. There.
Daddy!
You ready? Okay, sweetheart. Gonna give me a hug? Have fun? Okay. So throw this in there too.
I want to only keep this one.
Okay, keep that one.
Thank you. Mommy, I want to go to the party. Oh, no. I want to go over there. But we have to get on the train, Mommy. Come on. Please? Because look, it's hard for Mommy to walk. Come on, Papi. Be careful. Stop right there, because I told you the cars pass by.
Calling FTC number 144 in the matter of Natalia Brown. This is a review hearing to the father, Patrick Brown.
Patrick Brown, father.
How are you doing?
Really good.
Really good. Tell me about it.
I have a really cool job, and
Tell me about the job. I hear you got one.
yeah, I'm re-landscaping a new office building for them. Just
So that's the skill set you were using before, only bigger.
right.
Nice.
And I have an employee or whatever.
You have an employee?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I don't even know if I can talk to you anymore, right? So how's my baby girl?
Really good.
What's going on with her?
I go pick her up tonight, and I'm hoping it's sunny this weekend so that we can do something real exciting. The last 2 weekends have just been miserable, so we've been stuck in the house. And then when the sun breaks, we run for the park.
Okay, so what's our plan?
My plan is just to continue working on getting her home.
So here's what I'm talking about. We're getting closer,
Yeah.
which means you'll be out there in this world, hopefully with this child.
Yeah.
And I have never met anyone yet who could raise a child totally in isolation,
Right.
right? You need a support network. You need those people who are going to show up to provide childcare, who are going to, help you when the chip. All that stuff needs to start to happen.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to tell me about today?
No.
No. Huh. You don't even want to tell me I'm looking good today yourself? I don't understand.
You're always
Patrick.
looking good.
I'm like
Goes
crushed.
without saying.
It's too late, Patrick.
Calling FTC number 174, cause number 11703.
Careful.
Watch out for big ones. Like in my head.
Okay, right now. Oh.
There you go. That was tickle. Almost tickled me.
Watch your head.
Bend down, bend down.
This ice cream is leaking all over me, so eat it. You want to go on my neck? Now let's just walk. Natalia's mother's not in the picture. I really don't have anybody to go through this with. Before we had Natalia, we made a pact to never ever do methamphetamine again. Then I had to go to jail. At that point, Natalia was just under 2 years old. The mother was using drugs, and I feared for my daughter's safety. I called CPS and placed my daughter into child care protection. 20 days later, I got out of jail, and at that point, she was in the system. The whole process was so extremely hard on me. Seeing her 2 hours a week, 4 hours a week. I had a relapse after 4 years of sobriety.
Nia, come here.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Because it doesn't fit on me. Look.
Yes, it does fit on you. We haven't even tried it on. You don't like it? It's a pretty dress. This is mommy's dress. It's similar to yours. That's why I got it. And this is the only thing that fits me.
That fits me up too big.
You don't like it either? Oh my God, you're picky. Okay, AJ, come. What are you doing? What are you doing with my toothbrush? Put it back.
This is your toothbrush?
Yes, it's mine's and Philly's. And
Mommy.
here.
What? Monkey, monkey, monkey. Monkey, monkey,
¿Y qué te digo?
Pues yo lo llamé y no cogió el teléfono tampoco.
Yo lo llamé como por el teléfono.
I'm happy for him. I thought maybe later on in life he would maybe get married, you know. He's only 24. I figured maybe get married like 30, 35. I mean, I thought, you know, he loves this girl.
Bravo, bravo.
3 years ago, I had to call the police on my ex-boyfriend, Sammy, AJ and Nia's father. It was one big fight that we had one night. He just grabbed me and then he slammed me against this huge black frame. Then the glass shattered. I heard my son, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," and he ran through the glass. That's what broke me. That's when ACS opened the case against Sammy. Within a week, when I had the opportunity, when nobody was around, I took my kids and went to my mother's house. Then one night at 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody was knocking on the door. They just told me they were ACS and it concerned my kids, and at that time my kids were sleeping. They had an anonymous phone call accusing me of neglecting the kids. I would go out and I would leave the kids with my mother for like a couple of days. I was 19, I should have known a little bit, but I was clueless as to what it was to be a mother. I didn't know then, but now I know, like, that was one of the biggest mistakes I made. Because to my knowledge, I thought my kids was going to come back. And I'm still fighting for them.
Is Debbie available to talk to a parent?
Okay.
Oh. Hello there. And your court date is September
8th. And I know in the beginning I had filed for full custody. Should I go back to court and petition for it again, or because I'm not too sure if it's still there, because every time we go to court, like, things change.
I know, the whole thing is overwhelming.
Yeah, because it's been 2 years, and it's not like I'm fighting just the system. I'm actually fighting their father too.
Well, it's something that you want to ask the attorney, because you said you don't get to speak to her. She doesn't return your calls, and you have some questions for her. Now I'm going to try to speak to Rebecca Fort, and she is your attorney.
Yes.
This number has been disconnected. There's no new number. You only seen her how many times?
I mean, the only times I've seen her is when I go to court. In the beginning, I used to talk to her like a week before the court date, which was once in a blue, but after that, that stopped too.
I'm going to email her. If I don't get a response in a reasonable amount of time, then I can call Ms. Hawkins and ask her what she suggests. What's the protocol on that about?
Okay.
Seeing if the attorney is really still your attorney.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and do the check-in hearing for Patrick Brown, FTC number 144.
We're here today because when I came back to work on the 6th, I found out that Dad had gambled away his rent money, and there were reports that he had been drinking. So we're here today because, you know, he's just not doing as well as we thought.
Well, he's been with us for quite some time. I mean, he's been with us for about 15 months. Has something happened recently that you're aware of that's caused this shift?
No, I mean, he's kind of been saying all the right things. He just apparently doesn't have it.
Okay. Casa.
I received a phone call from Patrick saying, I've decided to call you because I've gambled away all of my rent money. And I guess I deal with stress, he said, by instead of going to my supports, I go to gambling. And he said maybe I'm not the domestic type. So we discussed kind of what was next. We talked about adoption, relinquishment. He knows the foster parents that currently have Natalia. He has a relationship with them. He picks her up on Thursday and, you know, and sees them, and they discuss Natalia and then drops her off.
all of this that I'm hearing is classic self-sabotage. He might be quite upfront with the fact I'm over my head, but if he doesn't realize he's self-sabotaging, we have to kind of figure out why he doesn't understand that.
I'm just wondering, he kind of needs tough love, I think.
Absolutely.
All right, so I can have a conversation with him today that won't make him feel like it's horrible, but we have to definitely get to the root of the problem.
Calling FTC number 144 in the matter of Natalia Brown. This is the check-in hearing for the father, Patrick Brown.
Mr. Brown, hi, good afternoon. You've had a lot going on recently. The team has, and I had some questions about what it is that you want at this time. Your daughter is, 3 years old. She's pretty young and vulnerable, and I understand that potentially being a single parent can be pretty scary. It's a lot of responsibility. Do you feel like you're ready to be a parent, or is this something that is so overwhelming that it's all of a sudden just ganged up on you?
What ganged up on me was the fact that 4th of July I woke up and should have been with my daughter, but she was in Arizona for a week, and I just was too emotionally, it was a lot for me, and it wasn't my drug of choice, but I went to the casino because that's where, it sounds weird to even try to explain it. That's what I did, because I was lost without her, because she's somewhere else with a family that isn't me and her, and that was a lot emotionally for me. You always say to reach out to your team. I tried at 7:04 in the morning to reach out to my team because I was feeling very bad about not having my child, and didn't get a return. And
so you're saying you feel devastated because you didn't get a call back on the 4th of July?
I'm not devastated. I'm upset that you guys keep saying to reach out to your team when you're this is emotional for me too, just as it is for my child.
Do you understand, Mr. Brown, that you were this close to being able to have your child returned to you, and based on a pattern of huge red flags that's been put on the back shelf for a while? And there's some concerns about where you are in your recovery. There's concerns about honesty, because clearly if you've been drinking, you haven't been telling anybody about it, and just because we didn't catch it on a UA didn't mean that...
I had a glass of Chardonnay with a filet mignon dinner.
And that's an excuse?
I'm sorry.
You're saying that's an excuse?
It's not methamphetamines. It's a great step down.
Mr. Brown, I know you're feeling a bit defensive here.
Yes, I am.
Of course you are, because it's hard to sit in that chair and to have this conversation. And I believe Ms. Penn indicated that as of December, they may be looking at filing a termination petition based on the timing.
I've made some huge mistakes.
I think that's why we want to know what do you want.
Nobody's more devastated than I am.
But you understand this is a voluntary program. You're not required to be in family treatment court. You can still
is that the love I get? I'm here to save my life with my child, and this is the... Yeah. Okay.
Teresa and I wanted to just discuss some things about your wife's case, ACS case.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to engage you in some of the things that we think is going to be important to help her to move forward with when she gives birth to your child, as well as to try to get her other two children back home. And once Hannah gives birth, ACS has to have a conference to make sure that you have a plan for the child. In other words, you have to have a place. Everything has to be in place. So how is your situation at home with your mom? Is there space for all the children?
No, it's not enough. That's why I want to have my own place, you know what I mean?
But we can't afford a 2-bedroom right now.
Okay, because if you have any doubts that where you're living is not going to be
proper place for the baby,
it's not going to be accepted, I suggest that you try to get in a shelter. Because if they don't think it's appropriate, they're not going to let you take the baby home yet. You all right, Mom?
It's going to be okay, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We have had many parents that come in here and go into the same situation, and the baby, your baby, if you're feeling that the baby's not going to come home, or your baby's coming home.
I know that the baby's going to come home. I know my baby's fine, because I never put my kids in harm's way. Right. But it's like, damn, they want too much. They just keep dragging me along. I don't have anybody. The only thing I have is my husband.
And you have us here now. It's difficult, yeah. We know. We've been in the same situation, Adam. Being young and having kids, it's not easy.
I wish I had rich parents that don't gotta work so much, or they own a business or something. But you know, we got nothing.
Sorry, baby. I feel bad because I'm like dragging you through everything, you know? I'm sorry, baby. It's okay.
What are you doing? You're doing it.
No, let go.
Okay. Oh my God. AJ! It's okay, you could do it. You're almost there. You need mommy's help.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You can't go to the other one. Help.
I'm helping him. Why? You got five. Ow. Oh, you didn't do it. Okay, again. I need a place for my kids. And it's sad because the advice that I am getting is they're really stressing the fact for me to like get into a shelter or hurry up and try to find some type of housing. My ACS worker never said it could be a chance that they might take my baby or not, or my past is just haunting us, and the baby just has nothing to do with it, you know?
It's my first child. I try to give him the life that I never had, and I'm trying to be the best parent. So I'm gonna try my best, keep my head up high. Everything's going up, the trains are going up, rents are going up, but not the paycheck. The paycheck's staying the same. To even create a child and bring them in this world is expensive. A lot of people say, oh, back in the day, there was so much programs you could go and they would help you. But now so much people are struggling all at the same time that it makes it difficult for people to help you. I'm scared. How about if I fall? Who's gonna catch me? You know what I'm saying? When I'm hungry and I don't have money to eat, who's gonna feed me? I'm stuck, right? I have no choice.
Thank you, sir.
The ACS case about the kids and stuff, like that stressed me out. That totally stressed me out. My newborn's not even here, and they're already telling me, oh, I need a confident meeting. What? Like, actually leave me alone. Like, you know, like I feel like sometimes I feel like just running away.
Calling FTC number 144 in the matter of Natalia Brown. This is permanency planning for the father, Patrick Brown.
Natalia has been in out-of-home care for about half of her life. She does have a positive relationship with her father. She's also showing signs of stress for the lack of pregnancy at this time.
Our recommendation for today's hearing is to change the permanent plan to primary of adoption with an alternative return home. I would ask the court to order that.
I support changing the plan. Just too much time has gone by and Patrick hasn't made, I believe, all the changes that need to happen to be able to parent this child. I have concerns about her. I think it's time for her to have permanency in her life.
They're not sandals.
Those are not sandals?
No. Flip-flop sandals.
They're flip-flop sandals because they have a thing in the toe, huh?
Yeah.
I understand that you're in a disagreement with adoption being considered as a primary plan. So what would you like me to consider?
For her to return home to myself. The sheer shock that she cannot return home. That's enough for anybody, I think, to come to their senses. I have a few weaknesses. I've come to grips with that. I've acknowledged them. I live every moment for that child. I see her on the weekends, but I live every moment through the week. A better person than I was before she left, before I relapsed. Every day gets better for me.
Well, Mr. Brown, quite frankly, if there's any time for you to be absolutely doing everything you need to, it's now.
When I was growing up, I was the youngest of 8 children. My father was a police officer, and as I was growing up, my parents' marriage was dissolving. I just saw them in arguments, and I mean, it was terrible. I think I was in the 4th grade, and my mom told me that their divorce was going to be final on my birthday. It went from great to poof in no time because he was an alcoholic. We were poor. My mom worked like 3 jobs. So when I was 14, I quit school to help her so she didn't have to work 3 jobs. It happens to a lot of people, but a divorce was just devastating to me. From there on, every time something bad happened, I just medicated myself, and I never dealt with anything, really, I would use.
We're going to the shelter.
So we off.
She's getting ready to give birth. I'm her advocate at the Child Welfare Organizing Project. Because she doesn't have a home. She can't stay where she is.
You do what you gotta do. You want me to open the door for you? I don't think you fit through here. Hey, that was cute, babe. The place is not big enough for her to stay, for her kids to come back home to her.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Can you speak to my assistant director, this attorney? I don't understand what she's saying. Her name is Rebecca Ford. She said she just spoke to
Hi,
her.
Rebecca. How could Rebecca? Yeah, that's what she's, excuse me, that's what she's trying to get. She's trying to find a location so she,
Yeah.
okay.
You're welcome.
Right, that's what she's doing, and that's what she's trying to get into the shelter system. So, because she's focusing on making sure that she has a home for the baby, and also to have visits with her kids.
Grand Hump on 151st. Which way though? Be careful when the car is coming.
This isn't big.
I know.
First night in Path. Small little room, the bunk beds. We got the little setup in the baby crib. Not much. Little refrigerator, Hannah eating. She's always hungry.
So basically, this is where they're keeping us for tonight because we came after 6. And the bus is going to be here to pick us up at 7 in the morning. We go back to Bath, the intake place, and I guess we're going to have to be there all day for the papers to process. So we're going to see tomorrow what's going to happen, but until then we're shacked up in this little room for the night, eating some Chinese food. I'm starving. I'm just praying for the best.
Dai un abbraccio, papà, un bacio. Un
Bacino.
bacio, bene. Bacino, baby. Oh, bacino, bacino, bacino.
No, ok. Mamma? Il latte.
Il latte del baby, dov'è il latte del baby? Non c'è.
Natalia came at just the right moment. We really wanted to have more kids in the family.
I remember she came around 11 in the morning. I was amazed by her face. She was so gorgeous. But she really needed that love, from a close family. I think it took 2 or 3 days to get a spontaneous hug from her. So at that moment, we felt like she embraced us as close people in her life. So it felt so good.
We were kind of prepared, knowing that it's a short-term placement, that it's very difficult to attach, but then things progressed and the situation changed, and there's a chance that she would stay with us forever, that we would adopt her. So I would say that we had put some thought on that, but both options were open at the same time.
He's struggling with trying to decide whether he actually wants to buckle down and be domestic, or if he's not wanting to and wanting her to go on.
I don't know if it's just that, though, because when he was in treatment, he expressed to me feelings of, like, he wasn't good enough. Like, it's not that that he thinks that maybe he's not worthy to raise her, and she deserves more than he could offer, even though he loves her so much. And it may be that in addition, not just, do I want to do it? I think he wants to do it, but I think he loves her so much, he thinks she'll have this much better, more fabulous life with this family versus dealing with all my issues and dealing with me. And even before they first met and when they were trying to set up a meeting, he was like, he didn't know if he wanted to meet them, not because he didn't want to meet them or he wasn't interested, but he just thought that meeting them would convince him that he should just relinquish.
Okay, so if you are on a path to Natalia, and now we're like here, and your stress went.
Now, what was your stress around that?
I don't know if it's the way I'm perceived or it's in my past experiences, I go in front of a judge and they instantly hate me, and so, and that's what it felt like. Felt like I was in front of a parole board. And
I think that everybody should be concerned to some degree how they're perceived. But when it then causes you stress or you don't feel like confidence, that can cause you to tumble back.
You have to believe that you can parent. And it's not like, I'm not talking about affirmations. I'm talking about like something in you has to change. You're not doing criminal behavior. You're not, you're clean and sober today. You are an excellent parent. In moments, you are fully convinced, especially if she's in front of you. There's no question when she's in front of you. So how do we translate that to you?
I can't live with the thought of losing my daughter because I don't think I'll do well without her. There is only 5 months left, and if I can turn it around now, I will. If I don't, I know she'll go to a safe home, but I will not give up.
Ma'am, that's it? হ্যাঁ, এটা শুধু একটা প্লেটের জন্য, আরো 2 অর্ডার আছে। আরো 2 অর্ডার। একটা ভেজিটেবল দিতেন। না, এখানে প্লেটে দিবেন। My Bengali sucks. Okay? I'm like a disgrace to the Bengali society because they're going to look at me like, what the hell did she just say? I moved to New York when I was 2 with my family from Bangladesh. I don't know, growing up it was just me, my moms, my siblings, and my father would usually be at work. A man that doesn't drink, that doesn't smoke, that doesn't do drugs, just to have so much anger inside of him, and it was crazy. Growing up, my father would lash out on me, he was violent. After a while, my mother, she got tired of it. When she finally, got the voice to speak up, she took us and left him, left my father. I was 13, and we ended up in a shelter in Staten Island. Even though I couldn't stand my father, it's like I felt like my family was breaking apart. So I'll just stay away from it. I'll be out with my friends hanging out. That's when I met Sammy, my late father. AJ, I love my son. I love him, but it wasn't planned. He wasn't planned. Okay. It's so complicated because before I had AJ, I was pregnant with Sammy's baby, and I lost it. Right? Well, not really lose it because I had to get an abortion. I was young, and at that time, he was there, but then he was nowhere to be found, And my mother started catching on, and my mother get up one morning and took me to the clinic, and she wasn't playing around. And I was 15, I think, really young. So after that, for a while I didn't see Sammy, and all of a sudden he reappeared again. I don't even remember how. So it's like we started talking to each other again, and we got serious, and I came out pregnant again. His mother would always tell me oh, you're pregnant now because the one that you lost, so I'm like, And then with Nia, oh, God. You see, if I had people that would tell me about things with, you know, getting pregnant or... I didn't have none of that growing up. You know, my mom's gonna sit there and tell me, well, you know, like, protect yourself this way, or, you know, and it's like I was with that family and it's like, whatever they told me, I went by it, you know? So when I got pregnant with Nia, it's like, oh, like, I'm not ready for another baby. And then with his moms and everybody, oh, but you can't kill a child. You know, you did that the first time. You know, you guys are gonna be a family. You're already together. You already have a family. So, you know, like, and it's like, and then at that time I wasn't talking to my family. You know, so I had no support. Everybody that I had was him and his family. It's hard to talk about.
Hannah's right now 3 centimeters. My little girl, Nia. You didn't give mommy another trouble, right, Boo?
How do you feel?
I feel wonderful. My little girl.
Okay. Bring her closer to you, baby. Trudy.
In the evenings, 3 nights a week, I clean up for the offices, and throughout the week, I repair like busted handrails or just any type of maintenance that occurs. And I'm enrolled in an intensive outpatient program, which is about 2 miles away from here. And it takes up three mornings a week. So I'm able to, just after that, report here to work, which is incredible because not too many employers would be able, I mean, if you're not at work at 6, you're not working. So I have an incredible flexibility here. It allows me to get my treatment and work. It's a lovely little job because I get to landscape, I get to maintenance and janitor. So it's kind of unique. It's like the job was created for me, just to keep me busy.
I have huge concerns as to how Patrick is going to be able to manage everything and his little daughter.
Patrick, when he comes to court, of course, always tells us that things are spiffy and I'm handling things just fine, and that gambling problem is gone, so I don't have any issues with paying rent and taking care of things. And of course, I'm concerned we're going to have another sabotage.
After the last session, Patrick had opened up to his friend about his fear of taking Natalia, of being able to manage all of the things that he has to do, that he doesn't have enough money, that he just can't keep up. His friend, I guess every month he helps him with rent, and he has big concerns, but he doesn't, see any abuse or neglect, just huge concerns as a friend to Patrick.
Mexico.
I have a hard time with this case. It seems to me that for some reason Patrick's being held to a standard that other parents are not being held to. And yes, he gets stressed about money and scheduling, but he has a bond with his daughter. He hasn't shown any safety problems, and I'm not sure what all of this meddling into what he's doing with his money or how he manages his money or his inability to make enough money, how that is related to his ability to parent
he went from one addiction to another. I mean, and that was a concern.
That is a concern, and he's in treatment for that, and he goes to GA, and he has talked about it, and he's not a very good communicator. We know that, and he doesn't know what to say when he's here. What he knows is that he wants his daughter and that his time with his daughter is very positive. He doesn't want to be on public benefits. And there is something that's a little unfair here. And we do this to a lot of parents, which is we require them to do a lot of treatment programs that are in the middle of the day, and court that's in the middle of the day, and appointments and meetings that are in the middle of the day that interrupt individuals' ability to earn an income. Patrick isn't in a natural situation right now, or the situation that he's necessarily going to be in going forward.
We're often in the position of trying to pull the court back to a baseline of what the system is supposed to be about safety, not about perfection. Because we get going on analyzing these parents and these families, and wouldn't it be nice if they could, get along in every possible situation, and the parent had every possible, parenting skill and discipline skill? It's just not realistic. It doesn't exist in my life. It doesn't exist in most parents' lives.
Get it out!
I'm getting it. I'm getting that too. Abracadabra. There it is. Just stand here for a moment.
No.
No? Got you.
Can I come and eat?
We're gonna eat right here, Vine.
Today I want to eat out here and watch a movie.
You wanna eat out there and watch a movie?
Yeah.
Come on, honey. Good. Just a second. You're okay. You make it. Very nice.
Hello, Mr. D.
Yes, hi, Miss Braxton. How are you?
I'm good. The meeting's at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what kind of stuff will what will be brought up in the conference?
Well, we're only going to be talking about your newborn.
When I spoke to Miss Hawkins yesterday, she told me that she's going to talk about my other kids, Angel,
Well, you want to
Santiago.
bring up those kids because you have other children who are in care.
Okay.
But you're also going to be planning for your daughter that you have in your care
Okay.
and what kind of services that you will be required to do.
Okay. Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, great. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, they came to your home. I want to know what everything, step by step, what happened yesterday at your visit.
I introduced her to my mother-in-law and my mother-in-law's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, okay, so let's see where the baby sleeps at.
Okay.
I brought her to my room. The crib was there. And she was like, oh, so if the kids come, where the kids going to sleep? I was like, well, the living room, there's a pull-out bed, but I would most likely have the kids sleep in with the baby. And me and my husband will sleep in the living room.
Mm-hmm. So she has the information on your mother-in-law. She's done whatever she needed to do as an ACS worker to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we need to come to a conclusion. What is going to happen tomorrow and where we're going to move on from here.
So
this is what I want to get out of this because we keep going about whatever happened, it already happened.
But
so now we got to move on to whatever happened.
I agree.
To move forward.
I agree.
As far
And
as
that's the way we see it. But
so this is what
know this. Hold on, sweetheart. I'm sorry, let me cut you off. But know this, that they are going to try to bring up some of the inconsistencies from the past in order for them possibly to retain. I don't think that they can, but they are going to try to. For us, we want to move forward. Mom is doing what she needs to do, but they are going to try to bring up
the has.
So be prepared for that. And we can say, no, wait a minute, we need to move forward. There is a new baby involved. We know this child is safety alert 14 is a part of the process, and we need to move forward. And question, well, why are you bringing up the past if things are good now?
It's like, I'm not a bad mother, I take care of my kids. When they with me, I make sure they safe, they eat.
You don't have to tell us that. We know that. We know that.
It feels so stupid. Like, every time I talk about it, it's like I'm angry at myself.
And that'll change too. Trust me. Been there. Been there. So go get your kids, all right? And it sounds real simple. But if you don't remember anything, remember what Miss Saber said, or Saber said, go get them. And whatever that means that you need to do to go get them, then go get them.
Oh.
So, Ms. Sadiq and Mr. Toribio, which is her husband, they had a new baby. So, it's like Ms. Sadiq left one situation and entered another.
We need to know, are you capable of caring for your 3 children at this time? Because this is a part of what happened with you in the past, your abandonment of leaving your children for long days, your mother becoming overwhelmed that she couldn't care for your children anymore.
But that's not what it's like now. I've got Philly and we take care of the kids together.
Oh, the next one is a housing issue. Are you planning to apply for housing, or what's the situation?
We was trying to shelter and they kept finding us ineligible.
But what you have to understand is we need to get some of this resolved or addressed to see where the case is going.
Now we're coming to the last stage of the conference. So we adding the baby to the
We are adding the baby to the petition for certification as well.
I don't understand that.
Because the baby's going to be added.
No puzzle. So.
No, yeah, not a puzzle because the baby has to be added to the petition, being that the father, it's within the home and the father could take custody of this child.
And Philly doesn't have anything to do with ACS.
But this baby is a newborn, and we want the courts to know that the baby has been born, and they are asking the courts to have a new petition drawn up, and that we are requesting to be supervising that home as well.
Hello?
Hi, Patrick.
How's it going?
Driving to Bellevue to take my UA.
Patrick is working on maintaining his sober support slips. He had lost a couple of them, but he's working on a new system so he can keep track of them.
Remember where we went last week where Daddy has to go potty? Remember? Yeah, we gotta do it again. And then we go straight to Chuck E. Cheese afterwards, so it's working out.
All of his UAs have been clean. He started extended overnights this past weekend, so he had Natalia from Saturday until Tuesday.
By love and warmth and exceptional tenderness.
Patrick successfully completed their gambling addiction program last month. He's been working on the goals that were set a few months back and has been making great progress.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that Patrick brought in 27 sober supports and only had 14 due.
We will, baby. What do you want to see? Okay, hold on. Let's check in with Teresa and Enzo. Jump.
Can we see the flamingos?
You want to see the flamingos?
Yeah.
I love them.
Come on, Natalia.
They look fake. Oh, face painting. You gotta do it. He looks like the dog from our game. Kelly used to live across the street. Oh. We started out having coffee and stuff. Because of recovery, you have to replace certain things with certain things. Oh, that's so good. We get all these crazy things like salted caramel frappuccinos. All finished? Oh my goodness. We started dating and it's been great. Kelly's really amazing with Natalia.
Look at you. You did a good job. I got something for you.
She's made a big difference in our lives.
It's a dino, Nolan. Free, can you keep it? Wow. This is so special. My goodness. Pretty nice.
The consistency, the fact that he's always same time waiting for her, at the same time, you know, dropping her back. I think that was a big positive message that I got from him.
That's nice. Oh, wow, look at that.
We don't know a lot about him, but we know enough to know that it was a rough life. Probably bad decisions were made. And I was very shocked that he was able to kind of turn his life around.
Over here, Natalia. Over here is the whole body. Coming this way, look, right there. Wow.
I mean, really, people can change. That was a big, strong message I got.
We're coming.
My baby.
Oh, she's my baby. Look at this face. Tell me don't look like daddy. Compare us. Compare us. Look, she got daddy's feet. Look at this.
No, she got my mother's feet. Do you see her toes? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you why. This is my. If you see my mother's toes, you're gonna say the same thing. Look. Look. Let her relax first. Let her relax. Let her relax her foot so I can show you.
Oh my God.
Yep. I told you. You see this finger?
Oh my God, she had your feet. Ew, I hate your feet.
That's not true.
Look, her big toe is bigger than her second toe. I hate that.
What do you? No.
Look, this toe's supposed to be bigger than this.
No. No. Just because your toes is like that, funny looking, doesn't mean her toes is funny looking.
That's normal feet.
Whatever. No, it's not. How? What do you?
Yeah,
How
it
do you
is.
know how normal
No,
feet
Debbie?
look like?
Your big toe is supposed to be bigger than all your toes. It's supposed to look like a staircase.
Shut up.
Look.
No, it's not supposed to look like a staircase. Everybody's feet look different.
love me? Oh my God, you guys are so big. You know that?
It's gonna come from my birthday.
Oh my God, your hands are so
my
big.
head is getting bigger.
It's not big, no?
Look.
She's your little sister, ain't she?
Jenny, you want to get right here with mommy? Yeah.
There you go. She's all yours. She's cute. Look, oh look.
Hey.
Hi, Mama too. Your outfit don't even fit you. Only thing that fits is your big old feet.
Big old feet.
Some big feet, girl.
Yeah.
That's your baby sister.
For me?
Yes. You're her older sister. You know that, right? Mommy, move your face.
I want you
Look at
to
nails.
take
Her
the
nails are growing.
picture.
AJ, jump in the picture, AJ.
AJ, jump in the picture. Take a picture with all of us. It's a family.
Go right there with Philly.
Go behind me.
Come
We're
behind.
family.
No, go over
Okay,
there.
that's good.
No, that gotta go wrong then.
Cheese.
Oh my God. She's so little.
Calling FCC number 144 in the matter of Natalia Brown. This is a review hearing for the father, Patrick Brown.
And Mr. Brown, hey, how are you doing?
Wonderful.
And you had some overnights with Natalia?
Yeah, those are awesome.
I understand there's an FTDM scheduled today to talk about
Yep.
reunification.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
I'm really excited.
So do you think you're ready? Do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
this is...
I'm totally ready. I think she's ready.
Ms. Seco?
I just want to say for the record that I had a nice long meeting with Patrick yesterday, and I think that Patrick is nervous and he's being very quiet today, but he actually has thought through quite a bit of how this is going to work.
Okay. I'll be keeping my fingers crossed for you. All right.
Gotta have coffee, sir? Sometime I gotta be up at 7 o'clock in the morning, but I wake up at 5 because the baby, need food. We got a bottle. I got a baby bottle, 4 ounces of water, 2 scoops, shake, put in the baby heater, press the button. Once it's done, test it. Once that's done, I give it to the baby, drink it, burp up, wait like maybe half an hour, clean up because all the milk she drank, digest, then put her to sleep. My little heart. I give my heart to make her live, so I can't be without her. I feel so happy to have her. I thank God that she's healthy, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna take care of her until she could take care of herself, you know what I mean? So I'm her dada.
Come on, Mamita. I shall you, baby. I shall you, cocky. That's cocky. You got more. You got more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Are you happy you're out of there? Huh? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I've been working a couple of weeks now. I'm bartending, and it's like a sports bar. You want your walker? You want to be in your walker, Mom? Come on. We had like really, really successful nights, like Wednesday, since cricket season is coming, So it's like I come in with money, so that's a very good feeling. When I go into work, like I'm in the mood, I'm moving around, it's fast paced, I'm around like so many different people, and I don't know, it suits me. Like I do good when I'm working. And then we got calls from the low-income apartments. They said that we're eligible. So for whatever they give us, I'm going to take it. I mean, the kids aren't with me, AJ and Nia, but we're approved for a 2-bedroom since we have the baby and we're married. So that's a big step.
want my kids to come back with me. I think they're good with mommy. You know, like, let me be mommy. Let me take them to school. Let me help them with homework, you know? I love my kids, and I know I could be a good mother.
The kids are with their paternal grandmother, and they do ask for mommy, but they're young, they really don't understand, and they're stable where they're at now. In the future, if you go to school and get some type of trade and get a house and stable, and it's feasible, but now at the last court date, the children are being released to the dad. Which means the kids are no longer, quote unquote, in foster care.
It's been over 2 years. We are working and we do have plans, but nobody's gonna get that time back, you know?
Just think if you didn't have your kid for 2 years. Thank God it's over. Just ready to get on with my life. Our life.
Oh, è troppo grande. Falla un pezzetto. She's been a joy. It was difficult at times, but
You survived.
we did it.
I
Yeah.
know, it seems like forever.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
But also, the days were longer, they say, but the years fly by.
Yeah.
Now it's been 2 years. I still remember the first day she came home. She's over here. Guinea, we're gonna see her. We're gonna say that to her.
Daddy, why is she taking that?
Because that's Natalia's stuff, sweetheart.
Everything.
No, there's much more toys at home.
How much toys is she? She's taking all my toys.
These are not your toys, sweetheart. You have your toys at home.
Mama, this is my book.
But can you give it as a gift to Natalia so she will remember you forever? Okay, you done?
Bye.
I'm gonna go with you, Daddy.
Thank you for sharing your life with her. Taking care of her. I know.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay?
Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna take good care of you.
Oh, yeah. It was extremely comforting to know that my daughter was in a safe place while I was getting better. And that's a huge gift. We're home.
I sleep in the car.
I know you did. You fell asleep. There she is.
Oh, look at the princess in her dress.
Whoa. There's Sybil. There's Sybil.
Look at it.
I finally have my own place. It's great. I did the bathroom too. I did the tiles. You cut it the shape that you want. Thank God these actually come like this, you know. They're all together. I did 3 strips. And once you put the glue on, you just put this and you press on it, you know. You can see the gray right here. I always wanted my bathrooms to look really, really good. So, I don't know. I was just picturing stuff in my head. And I don't know, it kind of like came all together.
Go, Mia. Mia, go. Show him. Go.
My son, he's really good with her, and they're very close. It's your bed, you guys.
My coolest days.
You like it?
Wanna go up there?
That's your bed up there, Bob.
Can a baby come?
Yeah, she'll follow you. She'll follow you. Go ahead, go up.
What?
You like it, puppy?
Yeah.
You like your room? This is your room. Yes, you have a bed.
Don't stand on the bed. Just watch your head.
When the kids are here, it's so much better. Once the school starts, I get up every weekend. And on holidays, birthdays, and stuff like that.
You can actually say, oh, go to your room. You know what I mean? Before we couldn't even never, ever say that.
Yeah.
We can never say, oh, go to your room. You're in trouble. You did something wrong. That's wrong. Go to your room. No, we could never do that because they never had their own room.
It's amazing. This is what I always wanted, you know, a place for my kids, and where it's their place, and they love it.
Okay, I think we're ready to begin. We have a special guest here today. Our beloved Patricia Clark, your former judge, now retired, has come back for your graduation.
So you remember when you walked through the doors of Family Treatment Court?
Yep.
Do you remember what kind of shape you were in then?
Yep.
Do you remember what you used to tell me at every hearing that we had?
Nope.
Patrick would say, "You're really looking good today, Your Honor."
I remember that.
Now, Patrick did not sail smoothly through this process, and he had more than one addiction. But you fixed it. He decided that this little baby was worth him getting his life back together. And he changed the way he operated. And he started becoming honest with himself. Now, he still kept telling me, "You look good today, Your Honor." But he was also telling me what was going on in his world, when it was good, when it was bad, and that's when we made progress. I came back today because there's no way you would have graduated without me showing up to say, "I am so proud of you. You did such a good job. Congratulations."
You look good. And I have to note, I took over when Judge Clark went on her leave on the 4th of July last year, and you've never told me I was looking good. Patrick, it has been a very wonderful journey watching you turn things around. Congratulations.
My name's Jackie Hammond, and I've been Natalia's CASA through this whole 2.5 years, so I'm thrilled that we're finishing up. Patrick, the first time I met you, I liked you. And then you got sober, and I liked you even more. I don't know that you know this, but every time I would meet with Natalia, I would ask her, "So where do you want to live? What do you want?" And she would look at me like I was a dum-dum and say, "Well, I want to be with my dad." So she got that.
So, Mr. Brown, it is with great pleasure that I have signed the order of dismissal. And the order says, "A permanent plan of return home to the father has been achieved and court supervision is no longer needed." Congratulations.
This has been really cool. I got hugs, not drugs. When I started out, I was high. When I came here, I was high. I wanted to give up. I just wanted to hide from everybody and then get high again, but I didn't. Today, I have a very small community of friends, but they're all sober, all successful. It's a whole different world, and If I wouldn't have came into family treatment court, had it, you know, would I be here, you know, at all? I don't think I would have made it. So I just want to thank everybody that's counselors, everybody. You don't even know how much I appreciate all of this, that you put up with me. Anyway, this isn't about me, this is about her, and I thank you. My rock star. Last year, Natalia was with the foster family, so this is our first Father's Day, our first 4th of July. I mean, yeah, it's like a new life. You know, when you put her to bed and she says, "Good, you got it. Dad, I love you." I mean, those few words, for some reason, that's enough for me.
Nia.
Okay, I'm finished. Huh?
I love seeing my kids. I love when they're here. I know there's a few things that I need to get myself right with. But seriously, come on. Work with me. We supposed to be a team. What's going on? But I want them to know that Philly and I will always be here for them.
Let me get on your boat. Don't you fall off, okay?
I'll be okay.
You'll be okay?
Why we're on the boat still?
Because we're not there yet.
We're almost.
Almost?
Yeah. Ooh.
Home on the boat?
We're almost home.
She's so funny. Oh, she's like, nah, I can't fight him when he's down.
It's going. I'll show it to you after.